Asthma is a non-communicable disease affecting both children and adults, and it's the most common chronic disease among children. Inflammation and narrowing of the small airways in the lungs cause asthma symptoms, which can be any combination of cough, wheeze, shortness of breath, and chest tightness. According to the World Health Organization, asthma affected an estimated 363 million people in 2023 and caused 442,000 deaths. Inhaled medication can control asthma symptoms and allow people with asthma to lead a normal, active life. While the actual cause of asthma is unknown, it likely involves genetic and environmental factors. It is commonly triggered by allergies, smoke, cold air, or infections. Today on your favorite health TV talk show, The Physicians, we'll be discussing Lagos, a hotspot for asthma. Stay tuned. It's another day with The Physicians, where your health is our business and will always be our business. Today we'll be discussing Lagos, a hotspot for asthma. My name is Dr. Martina Agbele, regular anchor on this program. And as usual, I'm not always alone. I have my very intelligent, cerebral shrink.
I remain Dr. Memuna Yusuf Kadri. Welcome to The Physicians, where your health is our business and will always remain.
It will always remain our business, whether they like it or not. Yes, it will. It will always be, because it is our duty to pass information.
Yes. Reduce misinformation, so people can come to the right place and get the right information from the right set of people.
Right set of people.
Yeah. We are the physicians.
Just one point. Yeah, then click.
The physicians.
Okay, so we're talking about hotspot Lagos.
Yes, now.
Each time you say Lagosians have left the
WhatsApp group. They have.
Now we have brought them to the WhatsApp group.
We must talk about Lagos. This asthma thing is a problem.
Asthma.
I know the thing why I strongly believe that this is a topic that we really need to nip on board, because some people are believing in some other part of the country, and nothing really happened to them, and then all of a sudden they are living in Lagos and they are adults, because there's that mindset that asthma is childhood, this, or even if you had it in childhood, it will go away with time, which is true scientifically and all that. But why are you having asthma as an adult? And it's not that I'm living in Lagos. Of course, the air pollution, the fumes, the environment, everything.
That's been said. I remember some years back, we had this
bad
fuel.
Terrible.
It was horrible.
Terrible. Everywhere. It's as if it was almost raining. You know, when it wants to rain, everywhere we're looking dark.
Yes.
You are not seeing clearly
at all. And one my cousin, who actually a medical doctor, she's no more here. The moment she left the shores of this nation, this country, trust me, she never had an attack again. But that time she was almost gone.
Every time choking. So, and not just some states in Nigeria you go to, you're like, oh, wow, I'm breathing fresh air. I'm breathing literally, and you're wondering what has been happening to me in this Lagos. It's a terrible thing. No, I need to know.
So you have to investigate whether the lifespan.
Yeah, the lifespan of an average Nigerian is short, but being in Lagos.
We'll be back after this short break. Just stay tuned.
Every day and in every way, enjoy that I fight support. No matter the role you play, nutrient pack supplement for you and me. In your body, that I fight you.
Darvite nutritional supplement is loaded with essential multivitamins, minerals, and natural ingredients that helps you to be at your best. Darvite from LB Pharma. Darvite, love yourself.
Welcome to your favorite health TV talk show, The Physicians, where your health is our business, and we say it will always be our business. Today we're talking about Lagos, a hotspot for asthma. And in the studio with me is our very cerebral, beautiful Dr. Adegbite Toyosi. He is a principal medical officer at Ibejuleki General Hospital. Doctor, you're welcome to our
Thank
program.
you.
Hello, beautiful.
Hi, it feels good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Elegant. So we're talking about Lagos, a hotspot for asthma, and being a principal medical officer in Lagos, practicing in Lagos, in a government hospital. What do you have to? In fact, what do you have to say? Because that must be your area of specialty too. I'm sure you must have been seeing a lot of patients come down with it. So just tell us the general overview. Asthma, what is asthma, and why you think we have more.
Okay, thank
for
you.
Lagos.
So, because I work in a general hospital, I get to see a lot of patients that struggle to breathe. And Lagos, people tag it as no man's land. So everybody wants to come to Lagos. Everybody wants to live in Lagos. And because of that, you see that there's a lot of congestion everywhere.
Yeah.
And sometimes you notice that we have factories. This factory has, their generators, and they're generating fumes. Even in our small houses, you can have a compound that has like 5 generators generating fumes.
Yeah, can imagine.
Even people make barbecues, and everybody have their outdoor barbecues, and they're generating fumes. Even from the tricycle to the bikes to the cars to the trailers on the road of Lagos. So this explains why the air is polluted. And aside that, you notice that a lot of patients come because they smoke. Smoking has also been identified as a risk factor for asthma. Yeah. So when I see patients coming, the reason is not far-fetched is because of all this, all these reasons. That's why they have, trigger asthma trigger.
So I like the fact we are bringing it home and very relatable, because anybody out there will know that, look, all the fumes we are inhaling and all the smoke and this generator thing, like a small compound, everybody will have a better pass my neighbor, and then everywhere is there, and then you'll be wondering why somebody didn't wake up in the morning, because you don't know this person's neighbor has put generator on their own window, and that just counteract the oxygen in the system, and carbon monoxide the person is inhaling without he or she knowing that this is a killer thing. So please, can you just tell us exactly what happens in the body when somebody has an asthma attack? What is
This is what happens when someone comes in contact with a trigger, which could be smoke, it could be dust, it could be anything. What happens is that the lungs constrict. So if it was this big, it becomes smaller. And it means that air is not able to pass through the lungs. And another thing that happens is that there's inflammation. That means it's a bit, it's narrowed, it's bigger. Then there's mucus secretion. Imagine all this happening in someone's lung. So it means the person is not able to get air into the lungs. So the person starts coughing, the person starts wheezing. Wheezing is this, like this sound. There's this sound the person makes. Like a whistle. Yes, thank you, like a whistle. Yes. The person is whistling. Then the person is also having, difficulty in breathing. And this usually happens at night.
when help is not so adequate.
Exactly. So it's usually a very serious, condition, and it's something that can be scary or frightening for somebody.
So, we need to narrow it down into what causes asthma. And aside from that, let us know, why are children particularly more vulnerable, especially in heavy populated urban area like in this Lagos? Because census told us that we are like 20 million, but it looks as if we are like 50 in this Lagos.
I think we are more. But it's something that was carried out, we are not so good with statistics in Nigeria, of course, but it's something that was carried out showed that there are about 13 to 15 million people living
with asthma. Wow.
In Lagos?
Generally. But
okay.
Compared to other states, Lagos has the highest prevalence of asthma. And for children, like you asked, for children, you realize that apart from them having this respiratory, tract infection, there's something we called a link between second and smoking. Yes. So even though a child is not smoking, if a man is smoking and he has a pregnant wife, she's just going around minding her business. But the child in the tummy can come down with asthma, even without the family history.
Fathers that are smoking now and your wife is pregnant, just start watching out that there's something going to happen.
Exactly. Or even, just being around a father or a mother that is smoking is also a risk factor for asthma. And you see that some children, they may tell you, oh, this child didn't really have anything growing up, or it's now when the child is a bit older. Because for them, because of the sensitization that happened in childhood, it can later progress to full-blown asthma later in life. So all these are things that can make asthma more prevalent amongst children. Yes.
Okay, so bringing it down to Lagos again, right? We've known some of the factors. You talked about some of the risk factors, right? That are attributes to people coming down with asthma: population, the environmental pollution, especially with the vehicles, the fumes all over the place. Do you have any idea about the regulatory system? Because we have industries polluting the air. We have cars, buses that are also polluting the air. I don't even talk about noise. I don't want to talk about noise, polluting. So as one who works for the state, do you have any idea if we have regulatory bodies who are able to check the air in Lagos and tell us the level where we are, and at what point do you think something has to be done?
For me, I think, I'm sure it's available in Lagos. I'm very sure that, because Lagos is a state that they're always having different innovations and all of that.
Trailblazers in a lot of things.
Exactly. They are first in this, first in that, waste management and all. But about air pollution, right now I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. Yes, that's in place.
Lekki Conservation Center has a I've forgotten the name they call it. It's one of the purest place in Lagos. Because I've been there several times. I've spoken to the director there. He's a friend, and the air there is actually
it's expected.
Smell is fresher, yes, and it's calming. Yes, and that's why this eco-friendly environment, sustainability, all these things are all, we are all told, and we should all be responsible. Plant trees, make sure, because when you have trees more in your
it
helps. So
yes.
it is exactly prepared. So Lekki Conservation Center is one of those. I think it's whether it's WHO, one of those organization put something there that helps measures.
I remember that there was a time a doctor came here.
Yes, and said there's something they measure. In Lagos State. Yeah.
We need to now talk about the treatment modalities. How is it managed? You're going to tell about treatment modalities, and as one in Lagos, you also tell us what your recommendation. What do you think should be done?
Thank you. So for asthma, one thing we need to know is that we need to prevent the attack. And by that, I mean everyone should know what triggers it. So, we've mentioned the causes. Now let's talk about the triggers, because it's different for each individual. So it's something that, is person specific. For instance, for some people, it's dust. That's what brings on the attack. For some people, it can just be fumes, which we've spoken about before.
People frying in the kitchen.
Yes, even strong perfumes. Yeah. For some people, it may be pet dander. By dander, this it's just like dead cells from dead skin from like cats, birds, dogs, which you can't see with your naked eyes, but it's there. And even pollens, or for some people, they may just realize that maybe they lodged at an hotel that no one has been there for a while, and the mold in the room will just trigger the attack. So, they always say prevention is better than cure. So if people know their triggers, and to know this, you need to, see your doctor, ensure that they've taken a good history so that they know the trigger. So now when you know your trigger, you can avoid it. Now let's go to the treatment of asthma. in my experience, seeing asthmatic patients is usually very, very scary, both for the patient and the relative.
Sure.
And usually people are panicking. They are so scared. Oh, this, that. Firstly, you need to tell the relatives, calm down. Ensure the person is sitting down. Ensure there's no, tight, clothing around the neck, no constriction. You remove, things like that, and you reach out for the reliever, which is usually the inhaler. I know for some people they only know the inhaler, but inhaler is just to rescue and ensure that all the symptoms calm down. But over time, you need to, for asthmatic patients, they need to know that they need to be on some drugs that are called preventers. These medications would help to reduce, I spoke about the lungs being like this. So it helps, to stop the constriction, makes your airway open. So this will reduce the number of times the person comes down with the attack. So I've spoken about preventers. I've also spoken about relievers. Those are the treatments we use, for asthma. Know your triggers, know your medication. Alongside, you can also ask your doctor for something I call action plan. What does this contain? It just means that your medications is written somewhere. The nearest hospital to you, your doctor's name, it's also there. And even how to use it. Some people don't even know how to use the inhaler. They're just carrying it around. Yes. So everything is written on that plan so that in case there's an attack, like imagine a small child that, is asthmatic. The school needs to know. It needs to be in the bag. But, there should be an emergency contact just in case, of emergency. So these are the ways we can reduce, the incidence of asthma, amongst asthmatic patients.
I like the fact that we are having that, and I think I've forgotten the particular medical condition now that they have a tag to show
Even
that apart from diabetes, there's another one that they have a tag. So why can't asthma kind of have a tag, like like a wristband?
People can create it.
So it can be something that
in my office,
so people
when I
know
started,
that I have asthma or something to just show so that you know what to do.
Apart from the tags, there even in my office then, some years back, we used to create a small card. I'll write, I'm a diabetic patient in case of an emergency. So you always used to put it there.
Because that tag, it may be somewhere and people will not see. But you see the wristband is very, because I've been on air and any doctor on board and this woman was already in a diabetic, and she had insulin. And we had to go, and how the airplane people behave. People that are in number 50, they are putting their bag in number 10. The light had to be switched off everybody started identifying bag before we eventually located the bag. It was a whole lot, this kind of. So I think a wristband will make a whole lot of difference. Let's talk about asthma in the home, because I think we are missing that part. Because when people have attacks, so what are those mistakes that we should avoid in managing asthma at home?
Please avoid just screaming, avoid shouting blood of Jesus only without doing anything, because sometimes they even put them on the floor, everybody's just praying. Please, yes, the patient should not lie down, the person should be seated. The person needs hair. Don't gather around the person. It's even making it worse, because when people are anxious, even their heart rate, everything is even faster. So you're making it worse. You need to make them sit down. Like I said, remove everything that can constrict them. And when you are done with that, let hair, come in, and then you reach out for
help.
Yeah.
So what I think is, if it's at home, right?
Like the home remedies,
like the home remedies, there is no way you would have known the trigger factor. So most times they have the trigger factor. They'll, okay, this was what I did. Or probably we're in the sitting room and they're frying something in the kitchen. Then you start choking here. Okay? Avoid the trigger factors. If it's a rug in the house, so they already know. And most times they have the medications, some have nebulizers at home. So they know what to do. If it's just for the children, the parents actually know what to do. Okay, so I want to just ask that the parents should be more attentive And then when the trigger factor, when they see the child knows that I'm about to have, even the 5-year-old knows, they know what to do. So it's more of attention and allow the child to be, children, they're hyperactive.
Yeah.
And it's also on that trigger. So when the child is hyperactive, calm that child down. So no panic attacks, no panicking. Calm the child down. Avoid the trigger factors, the rug, take it away. Yeah. Even on a chicken, as you see, they start coming down with the mortality. So basically that. So I want you to just speak to that camera. Last word for those people, all of us living in Lagos.
Okay. So, for anybody living with asthma, know that you can be anything you want to be. Is not a reason why you should not go into sports or you should not do your regular activity. However, remember your triggers, know your triggers, avoid it, and ensure you see your doctors, ensure you have an action plan, ensure you have an emergency contact, ensure you know your medication and you use it appropriately. No, asthma, it's chronic, but it can be preventable. So that's it.
Thank you very much, Dr. Alibwite. Asthma is chronic and is preventable. And to our viewers, I want to just say thank you for being part of our program today. We've talked about Lagos, a hotspot for asthma. And you've heard the reasons why you had to take this particular topic. Please, regulatory agencies, try as much as possible to do your work. The vehicles we have on our streets, incomplete combustion causes a lot of things. And you see the fumes coming all over. For those vehicles, please, if you can even impound, otherwise ask them to go and service. Because now you see a lot of agencies, the road safety people, these are the things that are happening, but they don't even pay attention to them. All they want to check is probably your papers. But you can actually help build a better Lagos by doing the needful. Keep safe and keep the environment safe. My name is Dr. Martina Agbere. Till next time, stay blessed.
Thank you so much, Dr. Adebute. This was quite enlightening, and you working with Lagos State Government also kind of brought it out for us to hear from somebody who is, there to see more of these residents coming to the hospital to seek for help. And to our viewers out there, we're talking about Lagos, a hot spot for asthma. A reality is not a myth, it is our reality, and so you have to pay attention. Watch this video over and over again so you can hear all the risk factors, the warning signs, how to take care of yourself at home, in the larger society. And if you want to be like Dr. Adebute, just go to our website, fill the form, and come share from your wealth of knowledge, or you can even share from lived experience to educate other people on how to manage certain medical conditions. Be kind to follow us on all our various social media platforms. We have over 300 videos on our YouTube page that can help you stay healthier, wealthier, and of course happier. Until next time, I remain Dr. Memuna Yusuf Kadri. Remain blessed.
Every day and in every way, enjoy that I find support. No matter the role you play, you jump back supplement for you and me. In your body,
Darvite nutritional supplement is loaded with essential multivitamins, minerals, and natural ingredients that helps you to be at your best. Darvite from LB Pharma. Darvite, love yourself.